Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we're going to be checking out a little pack out that I put together. You've seen these before. These are very common. These are very generic. These are little tins. They're a little larger than an Altoids tin. They come with a Ranger band to hold everything in there. And as common as these are, I assume people probably use these for EDC. So I said, let's challenge myself to build out a nice EDC kit inside one of these tins. Make it so I can slide it in my pocket. Make it so that it doesn't come out with all my stuff falling all over the place. And let's check out what I ended up putting inside it. First off, let's do this. Let's get a weight check. I love doing the weight checks, so you can see how much of a burden you're going to be bearing if you put stuff in there that doesn't belong. 507 grams. So we're sitting at just over a pound for this pack out. 454 is the pound mark. So 507, you're talking about less than a pound and a quarter. So pretty lightweight, and let's see everything that we put inside here. So guaranteed that you're going to be like, wow, that's under or just over a pound. Pretty wild. All right, there's that. And here is a straight out the gate if you want to get a little scatter pattern of my kit. There it is right there. Love this little kit. Loved putting this thing together. Love building this thing. You're going to see a lot of similar brands and similar tools in most of my kits. I like running Gerber dimes. You'll see them. I run all black, all matte black. Sometimes I run the green ones. I like the green ones. I put the green one in here because it kind of goes with the Klein colorway, but also it's black, and most of the other stuff in this kit is blacked out. So let's check out what we put in here, right? Let's start off with the top. The most used one is the Gerber dime. Love this. It is a plier-oriented multi-tool, which does have scissors as well. Here are the scissors. You can see there. Leatherman Micra is a scissor-oriented multi-tool. This has, well, it has both. So I love that. It has a ton of other stuff in there. Tweezers, bottle opener, file, knife, like pretty much most of the stuff that you're going to need just by packing this out on your keychain if you want it. Next thing we got is the Ledlenser. German design, little flashlight. Love it. Tap it to adjust the settings. It's got a built-in charger right there, which flips over and turns into a button to turn on the flashlight. But a little flat flashlight pack out from Ledlenser. Next up, let's talk about the pen. What pen did I go with for this kit? We got the Olight with the pen and pencil on the back, which always comes in handy to have a pencil and a pen. And this is the O Pen 2 from Olight. Like that, dig that. Glad to have that on me. Next up, we have the tool of choice for this fastening journey, and this is the double-ended Aries wrench. This has 1/4-inch drive hex and then 1/4-inch drive sockets. So really cool on that to have that ability. I don't have any actual full-on sockets in here, but I have the ability to use a wrench. Like, let's say I'm, on the side of the road or something, and I need a wrench, and I have a set of sockets. Here we go. We have an ability to do that. But mainly, the reason why I pack this out is for all my 1/4-inch tools that are centered around that. That's just a bonus, if you would. It's just a bonus, an extra tool that is just there. Next up, let's talk about what did I pack out for bits. I didn't have enough room for 2 racks in here, but I had enough room for one long one with one to the side. We got 7 and 8, a 10 and a 12, 1/4 and 5/16, and then we have the 3/8 and the 7/16 separate. These are all Klein. These are all on their proprietary flip bit system, which is 1/4-inch drive, just like that, which is awesome. Because if you look at this, I got 8 sockets here because each one is 2. So if I need an 8, I just take this, flip this over. Now I got an 8. So love that. Love that from Klein. Again, their little proprietary flip socket system is all impact rated. And I got a couple SAE and a couple metric sockets for that kit itself. Next up, as you can see, I got a little line level here. Love having a little line level. And it, of course, has the feet, so I can still use it as a regular level if I want to balance a shelf or balance something out. Next up we got is some Wolfpack nail clippers. I got this from a Bespoke Post mystery box. They're just standard nail clippers, but it's always nice to have something like that on you, especially for a quality life type assessment. I don't want to be using the scissors in my multi-tool trying to chaw off a corner of my finger because it's split or something like that. You know what I mean? So nice to have something dedicated for grooming. Speaking of Aries multi-tool, here are the bits that I have lined up for this particular tool pack out. We got a Phillips 1, Phillips 2, Phillips 2, square number 2, Torx 25, Torx 25, and Torx 20. That's my little bit loadout. I love using these little Klein bit racks, which you take out of their little bit holders, because it has this little foot right here, which allows you to rest it vertically without having it knock over, you know, super easy. You know, a gust of wind's not going to blow this over. That little foot definitely provides, you know, here, let's turn it this way, a little bit more stability. You see what I'm saying? A little more stability. So obviously I was pushing it the other way, which was with the round on the other side. But anyway, next up, let's pull this out. We have an Anchor USB-A to Lightning, little short mini stubby cable. It's a short power, what is it? Like a boosting cable, which allows you to get a little bit of a quick charge. That's why it's also short. Not only does it work for the pack out, but it works because guess what? It's going to charge it even faster than having some long cord. Speaking of cord, we got my cordage. I got 3 feet of survival cord, which has like 8 different cordages in this little like pack out right here, which is actually really awesome that it has so many different options. Love that. And that is, of course, something I can break down if I further need it. You know what I'm saying? So we have a dedicated bottle opener / little pry bar. There is some measurements on there, but I wouldn't count on those for any type of official business. It's just nice to have a bottle opener that I'm not like passing around my Gerber dime at a, you know, social gathering. If I want to pass something around, I just pass something like that around. If it never comes back, oh well. Next up we got is a deployable towel. I got a deployable towel. Just get this wet, and it's a quality of life thing. I have these in pretty much every one of my kits. You should too. Get this wet, wipe your face, wipe whatever parts of your body you need to, you know, get wiped down, and you got a nice clean towel. Let's say you go to a bathroom and they don't have paper towels. You don't have a way to, you know, clean the parts you're trying to clean. You have one for yourself. Next up we got is a little pencil eraser. This goes well with the Olight O Pen 2, which is pretty cool. Speaking of some more tech stuff, we have a little USB flash drive. I put a silicone cap on it to cover it, but I'm going to guess it's going to keep most of the pocket lint out of that. That's a little generic flash drive. I got that at Micro Center. It had a different style cap on it. It had like a rounded cap, and it was plastic, and it had like the gigabyte. I think it was 8 gig. But I ended up putting this little silicone cap that I think came with one of my Razer products for like a mouse or something like that. I mean, that works out really great to cover any type of flash drives from getting pocket lint. Next up we got is a few keys. Again, we're at under £1.25 pounds, but right over £1 for all this stuff. We have a skeleton key, which will get you into pretty much any door in North America that isn't a deadbolt. Pretty cool on that. We have a handcuff key, basic handcuff key that I 3D printed. Just added measure to have on there. You know what I mean? Added measure to have in there. Next up we got is something else I 3D printed, which is a little thread rack. It's just a real thin little piece of plastic, which allows me to wrap the thread around. You can see I got 2 needles crossed in there. I have a flat titanium button. On this side, I just have a little tag that I can use if I need to sew for a marker. But yeah, nice little thread rack, super thin, 3D printed. You know, it's like basically not the paper ones, but as thin as the paper ones, so a little bit more durable, if that makes sense. And then we got some matches. I got 4 all-weather matches that are shrink wrapped in this little tube, which they're like 69ing in there, and that allows me to use the striker strip that's on this particular Rite in the Rain notebook. I love using these little pack outs with the matches like this, because I guarantee myself that if I do it like this and I cut it open, it's going to be the exact same way that it should be when I sealed it. So let's check out the Rite in the Rain notebook. You've seen me pack a lot of these out in almost all my kits. I love these little tiny notebooks. I love using them as dividers to put certain things in a further pack out, if you would, like an organizational. But I love putting striker strips on the front. I usually like to leave a little bit of space right here between the middle of it so I could put a Ranger band if it does get a little too fat. But yeah, this one's nice and slim. Again, I got a striker strip for those matches. That's my fire source. And then in here, I got some camo Band-Aids, Breathe Right strip, some gear patches if I need to patch up any of my gear that I'm packing out. So a writing implement, a pad, which is nice. Again, it's getting a little crowded over here, but all this stuff was just around a pound. Next, we have something hidden over here, tucked away. What is this? Oh, this is my electrolyte powder. Hydromate Fruit Punch electrolyte powder. I have it bent so that it fits along the side just like that. But it's always nice to have electrolytes with you. This gives you the power to keep going forward. All right, we got 3 pieces of the kit left, and these are on the bottom for a reason because they're pretty much going to be like a last resort. We have tweezers in the dime, toothpick right here, just thrown in there just in case you need it. Sometimes you have something stuck and you just need to get it out. That's a quality of life type of thing. Speaking of getting stuck eating, this is a little flat fork. It's just a stainless steel fork that's super flat. It's got a spear tip, so it allows you to actually have some kind of traction on whatever you're trying to use it for. But this, again, this is a last resort. Like, you know, if I'm stranded somewhere and I need to eat something and that's all I have, I'll use that. I'll use that over like something else I have in here. Next up we have is a saw blade. We have a hacksaw on this side and a wood saw on this side. Just to throw this in here, just for good measure, it does give you a nice little bit of grippage so you can use it and have some more leverage over, you know, whatever you're cutting, whatever type of wood you're cutting, or metal, I guess, because this other side is hacksaw. So nice to have that. Better to have it than to not have it. And it's flat. Again, it takes up no space. And all this stuff you saw packed out for just over a pound. Isn't that crazy? All this useful stuff. And again, this is all useful stuff for me. This is personal stuff that I would like to have, personally, I'd like to have on me to make myself feel a little more comfortable when I'm out and about. And having all this stuff packed in this tin and having this tin packed on me or near me is ideal. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of all my stuff that I put in here? And what do you think about it weighing just around a pound? What do you think about the form factor of this tin, where I got pretty much all this stuff into this tin and how common these tins are? Why don't you do the same thing and tag me in your video so I could check out your survival tin, your EDC tin, your common stainless steel little tin here in your video. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what would you put in your tin? What do you think about the stuff I put in my tin? How would you do it differently? And yeah, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want more content like this, subscribe for more, and have a great rest of your day.